Marcus Licinius Crassus was a Roman general and politician who played a major role in the late Roman Republic. Born into a wealthy family, Crassus rose to prominence in Rome as a successful businessman before turning his attention to politics and military affairs. Crassus is said to have made part of his money from prescriptions, notably the prescription of one man whose name was not initially on the list of those prescribed, but was added by Crassus, who coveted the man's fortune. Crassus' wealth is estimated by Pliny at approximately 200 million sesterci. Plutarch, in his writings Life of Crassus, says the wealth of Crassus increased from less than 300 talents at first to 7,100 talents. This represented about 13.7 billion at current gold prices, accounting for right before his Parthian expedition, most of which Plutarch declares Crassus got by fire and war. Some of Crassus's wealth was acquired conventionally through slave trafficking, production from silver mines, and speculative real estate purchases. Crassus bought property that was confiscated in prescriptions and by notoriously purchasing burnt and collapsed buildings. Plutarch wrote that observing how frequently such occurrences were, he bought slaves who were architects and builders. When he had over 500 slaves, he bought houses that had burnt, and those adjacent ones, because their owners would let them go at a trifling price. He bought the largest part of Rome in this way, buying them on the cheap and rebuilding them with slave labor. Crassus is best known for his role in the infamous triumvirate, a political alliance between himself, Julius Caesar, and Pompey the Great. Together, the three men dominated Roman politics during the 1st century BCE, with Crassus serving as the wealthiest member of the trio. Crassus was always a political and financial patron to Julius Caesar. Crassus joined Caesar and Pompey in the unofficial political alliance known as the First Triumvirate. Together, the three men dominated the Roman political system, but the alliance did not last long due to the ambiguous egos and jealousy of the three men. While Caesar and Crassus were lifelong allies, Crassus and Pompey disliked each other, and Pompey grew increasingly envious of Caesar's particular successes in the Gallic Wars. The alliance was restabilized at the Lucca Conference in 56 BC, after which Crassus and Pompey again served jointly as consuls. Following his second consulship, Crassus was appointed the governor of Roman Syria. Crassus used Syria as the launching pad for a military campaign against the Parthian Empire, Rome's longtime eastern enemy. Crassus' campaign was disastrous failure, ending in his defeat and the death at Battle of Carrhae. In 53 BCE, Crassus led a disastrous military campaign against the Parthian Empire, a powerful state located in now Iran. Despite having a massive army at his disposal, Crassus was outmaneuvered and defeated by the Parthians, with thousands of his soldiers killed or taken captive. Crassus himself was captured and executed, with his head reportedly used as a prop in a Parthian theatrical performance. Crassus's defeat in the east was a major blow to the triumvirate, and it helped set the stage for the eventual collapse of the Roman Republic. His death also marked the end of an era in Roman politics and helped pave the way for the rise of Julius Caesar as the most powerful figure in the Roman world. Marcus Licinius Crassus is also famously known for creating a private fire department in Rome, which is one of the many things he used to make a fortune. According to the historical accounts, Crassus would arrive at the scene of a burning building with his team of firefighters and offer to buy the property from the desperate owner at a very low price. If the owner refused to sell, Crassus would let the building burn to the ground, which often led to the destruction of nearby buildings as well. Crassus used this tactic to acquire a vast amount of real estate at a fraction of its value, and he became one of the wealthiest men in Rome as a result. He also gained political power and influence, using his wealth to fund campaigns of his allies and secure his own position in the Roman Senate. Crassus is one of the most hated and loved characters in history. And Crassus, who was seeking to expand the Roman Empire and gain personal glory, led an army of around 40,000 men into the desert to die, and despite his military failures, Crassus remains a notable figure in Roman history and is remembered as one of the richest and most influential men of his time. His legacy as a political and military leader continues to be studied by scholars and historians today, and his story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of ambition and overreach.